acknowledge how fucking cool it is that we have the opportunity to be able to talk about this stuff. Like, how many countries in the world will people, like, be stoned? And we can just bring it out here in the open. So thank you so much to everyone for organising this and all the speakers and all of you for being here. It's really beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. This first piece is called An Invitation. Okay. Will you come with me to the edges? Will you traverse into the unknown? Show me the depth of your passion and yearning. Show me the fierceness of determination to live. I am here to feel, to learn, to cry. I'm here to break into the shattered edges of ecstasy and know what it was to know God, to know hell, to know the spectrum of human passion and living and life. Are you brave? Are you true? Are you willing to say yes and no when it is true to? Feel my hands on your body, my tongue upon your skin. Settle. Someone said to me once, settle. That word does not exist. I want the extremities of life. I want the passion of love. I want connection in the stillness. I want the love that brings me closer to God. I will not follow, nor be followed, but I will bound into the endless, hand in hand with the ones whose hearts burn just as bright. Sometimes that edge means staying in on Friday night. At others, traveling across the world because that's where love told me it would be. I am hungry. I am hungry for life, not just being spirit. I could be unborn if that's all I wanted to, but I am here for it all, and only truth will do. Put your hands on my body. Feel your tongue on my skin. Are you a devotee to the goddess? Show me, and then I will let you in. Poem number 1. A story. Beneath the edge of his blindfold, light flickers. Outside these walls, the sound of midnight drums and chanting pulses. Life is reverberating through the air tonight. In the night of the spirits, it is the night of the spirits. It is the night of sacred rites and union. He can't see. He has his hands tied above him to the bedhead, so that he won't cheat and peek while she is away. She's been gone for a while now. His skin sweats in the hot voodoo night. A bead of it slides down from his belly now. He licks his lips, salty. The creak of a door opening, the gentle thud of it closing. The smells of musk reaches him and he knows it's her. He smiles, knowing she can see it. Have you enjoyed your stay so far? She is coy. I can think of a few things that could improve it. he says. A soft laugh. I can't imagine what. Maybe you can illuminate me. He knows she's enjoying this. Firstly, you'll need to take off the blindfold. A moment. A fingertip upon his right leg, slowly tracing its way up along the thigh, gently along his groin, along his belly and chest. She brushes his throat with all 4 fingers, reaching the side of his head. Warm breath upon his lips. I can oblige you with that, she says. But there is a cost. Will you pay it? What is it? Her hands are behind his head, undoing the knot. The darkness pulls away, and as he blinks, his eyes open. He sees the room filled with candles and her cloaked in black, the hood still upon her head. It is that I will only untie you when I am ready. Instantly, he is pulling at his ties, testing them. She laughs, draws back her hood. Now, she murmurs. You'll miss the show if you do that. His body relaxes, but he's still figuring out how to undo the bind. Outside, the drums become louder, shouts as dancers dissolve into ecstatic trance around the fire. Her hand emerges from her cloak to the maroon ribbon at her throat. Slowly, she pulls on it, undoing the cloak, allowing it to open, to part, to reveal a width of pale skin between the openings. He sighs. Would you like to see more? She looks so innocent. It is a sweet act. She takes her hand to the edge of the cloak to open it and stops, looking at him, inquiring. He shakes his head from side to side in disbelief and pleasure. Yes, he says. Yes, what? He half laughs. Fire is building through his body. Yes, please. She pulls away the cloak, letting it fall around her feet. The candlelight licks at her naked body, at her fresh skin, the dance of light and shadow cupping her breasts and waist and hips, holding them as hands are meant to hold a body. She brings her hands to her breasts, touching them, massaging them, pulling gently at her nipples. Her eyes half closed, lips parted, watching him, watching her. Do you like me to touch myself? Her other hand runs along her belly, down her thighs, lingering lightly over the hair of her yoni, before swimming up to her other breast. He breathes deep and swallows, her eyes watching him. A sound escapes his throat before he's even meant to. She smiles. How would you like me to touch myself? This one is slightly different. Thought I'd give you a little bit of an array. A nice spread of poetry. So I wrote this about 3 or 4 years ago, and for me in my life it feels very pertinent at this time. Hopefully it will be pertinent for you too. To be alive, to live in the world, to choose to feel all that is there rather than close down in fear at the possibilities that could arise. just over the horizon of that next moment requires such a deep trust, an openness and allowing for each moment to be as it is. No changing, no denying. Being in a state of openness and welcoming, flowing as the river does, with nothing sticking, but ever moving, unraveling, unfurling into now, and now, and now, and now. That is where the heart not only remains open, but opens wider, becomes the sky and the horizon. That is where the seeing becomes enlightened. That is where there is nothing else but being, no working or trying, just being here in the truth of every breath and every heartbeat and each and every arising and passing of atoms and light wave particles. There is no one thing or person that exists that we can truly rely on or commit to as the person themselves. No lovers, partner, friends, or family. All of it is the tides coming and going, flesh and bone rotting and decaying and becoming leaves or ash floating in the air. Beyond these faces and personalities that are the ones we love, that are us, is that divine, ever-present, conscious one. That it is the one beyond the cycles of life, of death, of laughter and tears and births and sickness that remains. That is what I commit to in you, in me. That is who I see when I look into your eyes, when my heart opens to you beyond the sadness and disappointment, beyond the joys of this temporary, momentary sharing. That is what I commit to in living on the ever terrifying edge of the void, the unknown. Oh, the fucking void. That which is opening and presenting itself every single millisecond of life. Because, who knows? Anything could happen there. So much magic, so much possibility of losing the things that felt real, that felt solid, that felt as long-lasting in their present form as that which lives within and beyond them and is truly the only unchanging force in the universe. And I'm not gonna lie, it scares me a lot, not just a little. I think I'm quietly terrified, and maybe I should be, of this loving through and beyond the you and me into that which ultimately is still you and me, but which we forget about sometimes. This trust in the overarching dancing magic that is life. Because what happens when I let you go? And you, my love, and you, my friend. What happens in that state of total surrender and complete and total openness and expansion? What does my I do with itself then? I don't know. And I don't think I need to. And I think that is the point. And probably I never will, because each unfolding will always be new, is always new. It is humbling and saddening and a beautiful, sweet feeling. I'm sure that too will change. I trust it to be as it is. Thank you.